Here are the top 3 hikes in the most amazing country I've ever seen, Bhutan, the land of the Thunder Dragon. First is the Tiger's Nest in Paro, arguably the best hike in the world. Second, the hike to the Golden Temple at the top of a mountain in Punakha. Finally, a must-see hike to the Temple of the Divine Madman. First up, the Tiger's Nest. I am here in Paro, Bhutan this morning, and we are hiking all the way up to the Tiger's Nest. That is a height gain of a little over 3,000 feet. One of the things that makes this hike so special is the horseback ride through some very, very difficult terrain at the beginning of the hike. I believe this is the world's #1 hike, and there's 2 reasons: the remote location in the small country of Bhutan and the amazing, unduplicated scenery you're about to see. As you can see, we've got a couple of guides with us today. They're holding the reins of the horses to make sure there are no catastrophic falls. And speaking of catastrophic falls, wait till you see some of these horse and hiking trails. And we are on horseback, heading up the mountain to the Tiger's Nest here in Paro, Bhutan. And as you'll notice, there's a death drop to my left. Oh, I hope the horse knows exactly what he is doing. In any event, as we head on up, I'll tell you a brief story. The Tiger's Nest Monastery is a Buddhist temple built back in 1692. And it was constructed around the cave where Guru Rinpoche first meditated, the event that introduced Buddhism to Bhutan way back in the 8th century. There is a legend that Rinpoche was carried from Tibet to this exact location right here on the back of a tigress, thus giving the name the Tiger's Nest. Take a drink, my brother. You earned it. As the sun is coming up, it is really getting pretty up here. You are such a beautiful horse. Thank you. This is where we say goodbye to our horses and begin the long hike to the Tiger's Nest. The sun is almost completely up, and frankly, I'm getting a little bit tired.
What are these?
They look like liquor bottles.
What's this?
I am told these are wind prayer wheels. Our objective is in clear sight. The Tiger's Nest, right there. In the Bhutanese language of Dzongkha, Taksang Palphug is the Tiger's Nest. From this point, you hike down, and then there is a dramatic height gain up to the tiger's nest. And a nice mountain goat. Hard to spot out there because he's well camoed.
Another one.
At this point, we are still descending, haven't started that big height gain upward. So why is this the #1 hike in the world? A picture is worth 1,000 words. Take a look. And before we start the big height gain, here is an amazing surprise.
It's a blessing.
Wow. And here you see the sheer face. Here is the Lion Cave below the tiger's nest, and it's open one day each year. Unfortunately, not on the day we're here. There's the cave. And this is the entrance to the tiger's nest. I would love to take you inside, but unfortunately, they do not allow photography inside of the tiger's nest. Oh boy, I feel tired but good. You know, my guide told me I was the oldest person he'd ever taken up here at 74. I guess you could feel good about that. What do you think? Here's a little bit of advice, a few tips for a great hike up to the tiger's nest. #1, start early. We started at 5:30 in the morning. The crowds get crazy by 10 a.m. #2, use a horse. They're safe, they're friendly. They make this trip 3 times a day. #3, hire a guide. Our guide, Tara Mindy, brought the entire tiger's nest to life. And #4, use the same care on your way down as you did on your way up, unlike this guy. Great. Wow. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Have a good day today. Bye-bye. In any other country but Bhutan, the hike to the Golden Temple would be the #1 hike. However, it stacks up as #2 right behind the tiger's nest. So I'm in Punakha, Bhutan today, the Kingdom of Bhutan, at the top of the Golden Temple after a very, very long, hot and sweaty hike straight up. And boy, was it worth the hike. This is one beautiful place. Take a look. It is beautiful. Here's my guide Tara to tell you a bit more about our trip to the top of the mountain. Go!
Hi, we are heading to the Golden Temple, which is built by the Queen Mother. It was built in 1999. It's quite a steep climb. Of course, we will be walking on the rice field, which is quite wet. It's so lovely. We'll have a great view from the top.
From the city of Punakha, it's a long hike through the Punakha Valley on a trail that begins with this suspension bridge. I thought the bridge looked safe and sturdy. That was at least until Tara told me the bridge pillars are 500 years old. Oh my God. We made it to the other side and the big hike begins. Here in Bhutan, the local name of the Golden Temple is Kamsum Yuli Namyal Shorten. And by the way, a Shorten is nothing more than a shrine dedicated to Buddha. Now, our route to the Golden Temple is through rice fields, along streams and forests. Most of it is straight up, and today it was very hot. At the beginning of the hike, there was a small stand where you could rent a walking stick or perhaps purchase some guava. You see the guava right here. Or for a very small fee, you could use the bathroom right there. A hot spring stone bath, maybe next trip. Buenos dias, mi amigo. Hey, check out this guy's hat. Looks like Detroit Tiger baseball fans are everywhere.
Yeah, you got one, so you can give this one.
Hello, 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 hello. Little something to get the adrenaline flowing. My guide Tara mentioned that cobras and kraits are prevalent here in the Punakha Valley. And in case you didn't know, a krait has an almost imperceptible bite, and then you fall over and die. As we are hiking, the Golden Temple was built to protect Bhutan from evil forces and to help bring peace to the world. Now, these are some very nice objectives, but it's what you would expect from the lovely Bhutanese people. Whoa, it's hot out here. The Punakha Valley is surprisingly subtropical, which means hot and rainy, certainly compared to other districts within Bhutan. Thank you. We are about to enter, at last, the Golden Temple. Let's take a walk around the grounds before we head into the big temple. As Tara mentioned earlier, Khamsun Yuli Namgyal was built by the Queen Mother of Bhutan. It took Bhutanese carpenters, painters, and sculptors 9 years to build the big 4-story pagoda-style Golden Temple, plus a lot more time for the various smaller pagodas and statues surrounding it. Now, the art and statues inside the Golden Temple depict wrathful, angry, fierce deities. I can't show you the video because they don't let you video inside, but take my word, statues and shrines to these angry deities are found throughout the big temple. Finally, we reach the rooftop of the Golden Temple. If I look hot and sweaty, it's because I'm hot and sweaty. It was quite a hike up here. And this is a statue of Buddha Sakyamuni in his classic pose. The very serene statue looks to the south, surveying spectacular views right here across the Punakha Valley. A golden temple built for the sole purpose of heading off all negative forces, only in beautiful Bhutan. I'm here in Punakha, Bhutan today, hiking over to the temple of the Divine Madman. Are you ready? Hide the children. You're about to hear a remarkable R-rated story. The Chimi Lakang Buddhist Monastery is located about 6 miles from the city of Punakha. There is a very long hike through mustard and rice fields out to the temple of the Divine Madman. And as we hike through the village of Yowaka, I'll tell you the backstory. The monastery was built by the maverick saint Drupka Kunli, the Divine Madman, who worked to spread his enlightenment through a very hyperactive sex life. As proof, Kunli is also called the Saint of 5,000 Women. Kunli advocated the depiction of the phallus, symbolizing fertility and power, as art on building walls and on housetops. Part of the legend that I think is interesting, long ago, Drupka Kunli subdued a powerful demon, looked like a dog, with his magic thunderbolt of flaming wisdom. I'll let you guess what that was, and trapped the demon in a rock at the monastery site, right up this way. Legend has it that Drupka Kunli could hit the demon on the head with his thunderbolt of flaming wisdom and turn any demon into a protective spirit. What a story. We are here at the temple of the Divine Madman. I've asked my guide Tara to tell you a little bit more. Go!
The temple is located just right here. It looks so beautiful. It was being found by the Divine Madman, actually, who came from Tibet in 15th century. So we have a lot of childless couples visiting the temple, looking for the kids. And even like we can also see some of the ladies can carry the phalas and they can make a 3-round. So it's a beautiful temple, good location, so we are going to visit here.
The monastery, built back in 1499, is also known as the Fertility Temple. Reason, women from around the world come to this monastery wanting to get pregnant. And to help, the presiding lama hits each woman on the head with a phallus. True story, it's a true story. Another part of the story, women make a pilgrimage to this site to get the name of a child to be born. They do this by picking bamboo slips with names on each slip from a pot placed in an altar here. The Divine Madman, Drupka Kunli, what a story. What a fantastic hike out to the temple of the Divine Madman. And by the way, you will see these phalluses all over the valley.